Good day. How are you?
Fabulous.
Good. So what I'm going to be looking at is the strength of your hip abductors. That's the motion that does, or the muscle that does this motion. So you're just giving a general explanation. And I will have you laying on your side. Okay. So for hip abduction, you're going to be standing behind the patient. And we're watching for substitute motions here. Substitute motions for hip abduction. Very commonly, if they're weak, they will use the tensioner fascia lata and go into hip flexion. Okay. You may also see them externally rotate. Okay. So let's bring your top leg out straight. I like to leave the bottom one bent for stability. I'm going to stabilize at the pelvis, kind of iliac crest. I'm going to have you roll forward just a little bit. Yep. So what muscles am I testing?
Glutes,
TFL. So TFL assists, but I don't want them to primarily be doing TFL as a substitute motion. Okay. So primarily I'm testing glute med, a little bit of glute min. Okay. So I'm going to have you roll forward just a little bit more. We're going to keep your foot nice and straight. So I will see if she has. So if she's adequately stabilized, my hand's going to provide some stabilization as well as plinth will. We'll see if she has full available range of motion against gravity. So what I'm going to have you do is just keeping your foot straight. I'll have you lead with your heel up towards the ceiling, kick your leg up. Yep, and then back down. Good, what did that look like? Five on, looked pretty full. Okay, I did catch a little bit of potential to roll backwards towards me. So I'm getting some tactile information here from my stabilizing hand. So right at the end, she did try to go into a little bit of hip flexion. So I'm going to make sure that she's not cheating. She's not doing a substitute motion. And did you know I tried to cue her to not externally rotate as well? Did you notice that? Leading with the heel. So you can control those substitute motions by your stabilization and your cues. Okay? I'm standing behind her, and this is not going to be great for my body mechanics. So what I'll have you do is I'll have you move towards me just a little bit. Perfect. And then go ahead and do that again. Lift up. Good. And then back down. Something happened when you moved here. We kind of came into a little bit of flexion, so we'll go there again. Okay, one more time. Go ahead and lift up. Good. Come down about halfway. Hold right there. Don't let me push you down. Hold strong. Did you really not be able to hold that? So I felt like you just sort of gave up there. So I would be saying, I would call that a 5 minus because she broke at the end of my max resistance, right? So I was applying max resistance. I was giving her slow build up. Okay. Go ahead and do that again because I was holding my breath. I don't want to do that, and I want to show you guys too. I'm applying my resistance just to test one joint. I don't want to get any potential testing of like her peroneals here, okay? So I'm not going to apply my resistance below the knee. I'm going to apply it above the knee. Ready? Hold strong. Don't let me push you down. Hold, 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 hold. That's 5 minutes. So then I would test the other side just to compare.
That hurt a little bit?
Did that hurt a little bit?
No, I just got really weak. The blood muscles.
So then I'm thinking what exercises I'm going to have her do.
I've been working on it.
Right.
I went to a PT, so
So
now
go ahead
I'm
and roll
seeing if
forward
they're
just
a
a
little bit.
leading with your heel, lift your top leg up. Good, and then back downward, come back just a little bit. So did you see how she was flexed just a tiny little bit there?
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so it's actually abduction and slight
So
extension.
you want to be in line with your torso?
Yes, okay. And then go ahead and hold strong, don't let me push you down, hold.
This one was the front one.
So, is it because of her hypomobility issues? Oops, she relies on the ligaments and not the muscle strain?
Maybe.
Because sometimes in a certain way I feel it's like popping in and out. But I don't know. I think that's why I just want to see.
So, what did I always forget this, and I should not forget it. Where do you need to palpate?
Muscle belly?
Muscle belly, that's right. So, the reason why I usually forget this is because in my setting I'm usually doing the break test, and palpation is not critical during the above gravity positions because they're moving through gravity. I know that muscle's contracting, right? But so that I know that you guys know where that muscle is, you're going to be palpating, right, the greater trochanter for the glute med. Okay, go ahead and lift that leg up again. Oh, and I feel it contract. Good job. So I would do that as you're doing the screen test. Yeah. Okay. For the against gravity positions. All right. And then apply your resistance. You don't have to palpate while you're applying the brake test. All right. Then if she wasn't a 3, if she did not have full available maybe she had just had less than half the range of motion, that would be a 3 minus.
So where would her leg go if she was like that? Right there?
Yep.
Okay.
And then, sorry, greater than half the range of motion against gravity, so come up a little bit higher, right about there, okay? And then a 2 minus would be less than half the range of motion against gravity. Again, subjective as you assign the pluses and minuses. But if she did not have at least half the range of motion against gravity, then I would put her in the gravity eliminated position. So what position is that for the hip abduction?
Before you move on,
Yeah.
did I misunderstand it right in the book? I thought it said in the book that you could palpate the muscle bellies or the tendon.
You can, and that is correct.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So usually you feel, well, it's easier actually at the tendinous insertion to feel the muscle contracting.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because that's where the muscle's contracting as a lever to move the bone. It's easy to feel at the tendon. Yeah, so that's totally acceptable. Yeah. Or you can palpate the muscle belly to see if there's a flicker. So it's sort of personal preference where you feel comfortable. If she was not full available range of motion, I would put her into the gravity eliminated position. And for hip abduction, what is that? Supine. Now, not every single muscle group is anatomically possible to get into a gravity eliminated position, okay? So here's where your palpation becomes super important because I'm trying to determine, first of all, what sort of range of motion she does have gravity eliminated. If she's full, what grade would that be?
2.
That's right. And if it was just a trace, 1 or 0, it would be nothing. Okay? So you want to control the substitute motions as much as best you can with your hand placement, watching for external rotation or flexion. Now, if they're not strong enough to go through gravity, they are likely going to be trying to do some substitute motions. Okay? So I'm palpating here, and we're just pretending. Okay? Because you're strong, I already know. But let's show me, what would a 2 look like? Full available range of motion, gravity eliminated, right? A 2 minus would be like half, less than full range of motion, gravity eliminated, so like half. Okay? A flicker or a trace as I'm palpating, or nothing. Okay? So they're trying to move. So what I would tell you, Sid, is go ahead and try to move your leg out to the side. Yeah. And I'm controlling those substitute motions. Okay. And if it was less than full, it would be 2 minus.